If you want to know why the NBA is terrified of the San Antonio Spurs, look no further than Tuesday night in Sacramento. In just 22 minutes of action, Victor Wembanyama dismantled the Kings, leading the Spurs to a 132-104 blowout victory. He didn't even need the fourth quarter. Wemby finished with 18 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists on an efficient 7 of 14 shooting. It wasn't just a win. It was a rest day for a superstar who is currently pacing himself for a deep championship run. The scariest part of Tuesday's game wasn't the stat line, it was the ease. After sitting out a few games recently to manage his workload, Victor returned to the lineup and immediately looked like the most dominant force on the floor. He spent the first quarter barely taking a shot, letting the game come to him, and then exploded in the third. By the time the Kings realized they were in trouble, they were down by 41 points. This is the new Spurs reality. Total, effortless dominance. Defensively, the Sacramento Kings had no answers for the sheer gravity Wemby creates. Even when he isn't blocking shots, recording just one swat on Tuesday, his presence alone forced Sacramento into a nightmarish 35% shooting performance in the paint. He spent the closing minutes of the third quarter casually, hitting a pair of three-pointers that felt more like practice shots than NBA competition. When your 7 feet 4 inches center is also your most dangerous perimeter threat, the game is essentially over before it starts. This one marks San Antonio's 25th road victory of the season, a testament to the mental toughness this young group has developed. With a 51-18 record, the Spurs have officially clinched their first 50-win season of the Wembanyama era. They are no longer the scary team of the future. They are the powerhouse of the present. And as Victor sat on the bench for the entire fourth quarter on Tuesday, he looked less like a player and more like a king watching his kingdom expand. Wemby isn't just playing well, he's rewriting the record books this month. Over his last 5 games, he is averaging a staggering 33 points, 11.4 rebounds, and 3.8 blocks. He recently became the first player in NBA history to record 150 points, 50 rebounds, and 20 blocks over a single week of play. His three-point shooting has also ascended to elite levels, hitting nearly 47% from deep in the month of March. He is no longer a unicorn. He is a statistical glitch in the matrix. The analytics suggest that Wembanyama is the most impactful two-way player in the league right now. He leads the NBA in blocks at 3.0 per game and boasts a 101.3 defensive rating, the gold standard for rim protection. Offensively, the Spurs are scoring at a championship rate when he's on the floor, specifically in the half-court where his alien gravity opens up lanes for teammates. He has moved past Nikola Jokic in the MVP ladder and currently sits at number 2, trailing only Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. What makes Victor's 2026 season different from his rookie campaign is the strategic efficiency. He has stopped taking low percentage, contested fadeaways that plagued his early games and has replaced them with high percentage rolls and logo threes when the defense drops. His effective field goal percentage has climbed to a career-best 59.8%, a terrifying number for a player who takes nearly 8 triples a night. He has mastered the art of letting the defense choose their poison, and both options are lethal. But it's the defensive scare factor that truly defines his value. According to Second Spectrum tracking, opponents are currently shooting 12% worse at the rim when Wemby is within 5 feet of the play. We are seeing players literally pass up open layups because they see a shadow in the corner of their eye. He isn't just defending the rim, he's defending the psyche of the entire league. In 2026, the Wemby tax is real, and every team in the West is paying it. While Wemby is the sun the Spurs orbit around, the 2026 supporting cast has finally caught up to his speed. The emergence of Stephen Castle as a lockdown perimeter defender has taken the pressure off Victor to cover every mistake. Meanwhile, Dylan Harper's arrival in the backcourt has provided the Spurs with a secondary playmaker who actually understands how to throw a post-entry pass to a 7 feet 4 inches giant. For the first time, Victor isn't doing it alone. He's leading a pack. The Spurs front office, led by Brian Wright, has been masterfully patient, refusing to trade for a past-prime star and instead building a roster that fits Wemby's timeline. The on-off splits reflect this balance. While the Spurs are still elite with Victor on the court, they no longer collapse when he rests. In the 15 games he's missed this season due to load management or minor injuries, the Spurs have managed a 10-5 record. This team has a soul that exists independently of its superstar. However, the burden of leadership is still heavy on Victor's shoulders. At just 22 years old, he has become the vocal leader of a locker room filled with players older than him. You can see it in the way he coaches teammates during timeouts and his visible frustration when the defensive rotations miss a beat. He isn't just playing for stats, he's playing for a standard. He's mentoring the future of the Spurs while simultaneously being the centerpiece of their championship window. The connection between Victor and coach Mitch Johnson, who took over the reins in this new era, has been seamless. They've developed a rest and attack strategy that keeps Victor under 30 minutes a night while maximizing his usage rate. It's a gamble that relies on the Spurs' depth, but so far, the dividends are massive. The Spurs are the only team in the NBA currently ranked in the top 5 for both offensive and defensive efficiency. That doesn't happen without a total buy-in from the first through the 15th man. 21 games left in the regular season, and the collision course between Oklahoma City and San Antonio feels inevitable. The Thunder are the reigning champs, but they haven't faced a version of Wemby that is shooting 47% from 3 and blocking 4 shots a night. The Spurs are currently just 3 games behind OKC for the #1 seed in the West. If they can close that gap, the road to the 2026 NBA Finals will have to run through the Frostbank Center. In a potential 7-game series, the Spurs' length and Wembanyama's alien gravity might be the only thing capable of neutralizing the Thunder's championship experience. Victor has already dominated the head-to-head matchups this season, averaging 18 points and 10 rebounds against Chet Holmgren and the Thunder frontcourt. But the playoffs are a different beast, and the world is waiting to see if Wemby's regular season dominance can translate to the high-stakes pressure of May and June. I'm your analyst, and we're witnessing the birth of a legend. Whether Victor Wembanyama secures the 2026 MVP or not, he has already changed the hierarchy of the NBA. The Spurs are no longer the team of the future. They are the team of right now. They have the defense, they have the depth, and they have the alien. The question isn't if they will win a title, it's how many they will collect before Victor is done. Victor said it best after reaching the 50-win mark on Tuesday. It's growth, but it's still not enough. That hunger is what separates the great from the historic. As the regular season winds down, every possession feels like a dress rehearsal for the main event. Bet against the Spurs at your own peril, because the alien is here and is just getting started. Subscribe to the channel for more deep dive analytics on the Spurs championship hunt. We'll see you in the playoffs.